Finally found a spot dry enough to get out of this shirt. Man. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Man, I've been coming down this stuff for the last 300 feet. I did the involuntary splits a couple of times. Woohoo! Well, there's dispersed camping here, and I'm a ways in, so now I'm just looking for my camping spot for tonight. Although I think it's going to be a little bit closer to a stream. This has the view though. Well, this is where I was hoping to pitch camp. Alright, let's see what we've got in the area. Unfortunately, here at the top of the falls, this is the only place I really have to pitch a tent. Right on the trail, maybe 50 feet from the water. So it's totally in violation of park policy. I've got to be at least 200 feet from the water and 100 feet from the trail. I didn't want to do this, but it looks like I'm going to have to boulder my way down to the bottom of the falls on the trail and find a spot for the night. Well, I really didn't allocate enough time to be doing this, but this time of year we should be okay. Let's take a look at the water on the way down. We had a huge storm last night, so our flow is really big right now. It's rare to see the creek this high, or the falls. So let's take a look at it on our way down. It'll be a lot less tomorrow morning. Okay, so I'm trying to find I've been working my way upstream to find a safer place to cross. I crossed the first time at the very head of the falls, right on the edge, and that was way too sketchy to do twice. So, I'm thinking this is my chance right here. The Ozark Trail's on the other side of the stream, and then I'll work my way back down to the falls, and then down to the falls on the Ozark Trail. It's not going to be on film because I'm not doing this more than once. Alright, so that actually wasn't all that bad. I could have done it without the help of the tripod, both ways actually. Jackie, it was really super easy both times, nothing sketchy. Let's go. So, a few weeks ago my wife showed me this meme on Instagram that said most wives track their husbands on GPS to know where they are. I track mine to know that he's still alive. I forgot the trail across the stream down here, so I think we could probably rock off that. Alright, so I made it across. My feet are soaking wet, but I never fell in. So I'll count that as a win. So I'm looking for a spot to camp between the falls and the Devil's Tollgate. I know there's several spots. I want to say one thing I like about the spring and the fall is the constant change in weather. Here's one potential spot just off to my left. I like last week. In last week's video, I had short sleeves on, and I was wishing I wore shorts instead of long pants. And this week, we've got a high of 60 and a low in the mid-30s tonight. So, you know, it's constantly changing, and that keeps it fun. You know, it's not like right in the middle of winter or right in the middle of summer where it's just the same for a long period of time. I like the variation like this. I think, well, this place has really been abused, but it's a little bit more quiet. It's not right next to the stream, so I'll probably sleep better. I'm going to take a look around, see if I can find a spot. Alright, I think this is going to be camp for the night. It's not perfect, but no site ever is perfect. A little slopey, a little lumpy, not too muddy. It'll do. Let's pitch camp. Hey! So many bugs. Only one tick so far though, that I know of. I'll take that. Alright, so it's almost 6. It's actually quite late. But I didn't have it in my plans to actually hike this far. What I'm going to do now is finish pitching camp. Just a couple of little things to get it ready. Pillows. That doesn't take long. And I don't know, little things to tidy up. Then I'll go get some water. I'm not that far from the stream. 500, 600 feet maybe. And I think we'll go ahead and make some dinner. I've just got some freeze-dried food for tonight. Beef stroganoff, I think. I'm kind of excited. I haven't had that and it sounds really good. Especially since it's going to get chilly as soon as that sun goes down. You know what, I don't know what our temp is. We should be in the mid to high 50s right now. Headed down to mid to low 30s. So it'll be crisp tonight, that's for sure. I have to sleep with my water filter and my batteries. Alright, so I'm going to give you a quick tour of my palatial palace. The vestibule is wide open and so is the mesh. The vestibule sticks out maybe 14 to 18 inches in the middle from the tent, and I could put some of my gear outside of the tent during the night. I will have the mesh zipped up though. It's pretty buggy already. But it may not be so bad once it cools off. So here at the foot end is a bunch of junk. I've got food and I don't know, gear like toiletries and stuff. All my clothes are just down there right now. They'll be on for the night. I'll sleep in my puffy and a base layer. And then I brought a book to read and a cigar because I'm really going to kick back and take it easy. I haven't gotten water yet. And then here at the head end, I took my pack and it's under the head of the sleeping bag. I may or may not leave it there. I usually put it under the head or the foot, and a couple of pillows. So that's it. Home for the night. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a nice relaxing little night outdoors. A little reset before returning to civilization. It's good to have that every once in a while. So when I was thinking about this video last week, it was really warm. We were in the 80s, and I was going to bring beer and put them in the stream. I thought I'd camp a little bit closer to the stream than I did, and keep them chilled and just have a couple of beers that night while I was reading and smoking a cigar. But now with the change in weather, it's hot chocolate, and that sounds really good too. So this is a state park, Tom Sauk State Park, and every state park has similar rules. They vary a bit. So here at Tom Sauk, you've got to be 100 feet from the trail, 200 feet from water, no campfires. You can see that rule's followed pretty well. And no cutting tools like a saw or a hatchet or anything like that. That's really it. Now I've had my stick stove out here, and that's okay. You can have any kind of stove you want, just no campfires. Alright, so this piezo igniter failed on me. That worked. After the first use, and that's actually a common complaint on these jet boils. You get about one turn and then it never works again. And I haven't turned it in for warranty, but the people I've talked to that tried, they really didn't have a fix for it. And my Catadine B3 water filter is really clogged up. It's just barely more than a trickle. So I'm going to have to, it's got a simple technique to clean it. You just swish it around in water and that's supposed to clean it, but it's not working. So I have to play with that when I get home. But I do have boiling as a backup to water filtration, and I'm getting enough water out of it. It'll work this trip. Probably going back to the Sawyer squeeze though. That's a very easy one to clean. So tonight's dinner, so I'm filtering water, and I think I'm stepping on land next to the water because it's all leaves and my feet sink up to my ankles, both feet. So they're freshly soaked again. And then I get onto these rocks and I'm reaching over to filter some water. That is a boil already. That's what I do have to say is a plus for jet boils. And I slip on these rocks and I didn't fall in, but I squeezed the water bottle and it squirted about a ½ liter of water all over the front of me. So I'm wet everywhere. That's what you want for a night in the 30s. You know, I mean, it does sound like it's not fun, but man, it really is. This is what makes it an adventure. So I'm going to add the water, stir it, wait 10-15 minutes, however long it says, and then some beef stroganoff. I'm looking forward to dinner, and I'm actually kind of hungry now. Man, that is really good. It's better than I'd make it. Not as good as my wife's. That is good. I'm having a really nice, relaxing time. This is what it was all about tonight. You know, maybe I should have brought a little something to put in that hot chocolate later, since I didn't bring the beer. I don't know what it'd be. I'm sure you probably have an idea. Let me know in the comments. Also, there's only one thing missing from tonight, and that's a chair. I still haven't selected a camp chair yet. Need to get around to doing that. Every time I go camping, I realize I really want that chair, and I don't think about it when I'm at home. So if you've got a suggestion, a recommendation on a good chair, please let me know in the comments as well. Other than that, it's going to be a great night. This rock's not bad, and I'm going to finish dinner. Then I'll get around to break my book out, light that cigar, later make a little hot chocolate. And I really love these longer days. It's close to 7 actually, and the sun's still not below the ridge, and that's awesome. Man, this is so good. So as I'm sitting here eating, started thinking about my wife, wondering what she's up to right now. It's about 7, and we would have, at home, would always have had dinner pretty much before now. But now, I didn't plan this trip for this reason. It was just a coincidence. But my daughter and her boyfriend are at a cards game tonight. So she's got 5 kids, 2 boys and 3 girls. And the 2 boys are with the other set of grandparents, and my wife has the 3 girls. One of them, the youngest, is 2. The oldest is 10. And she's got 3 dogs. And 2 of those are puppies. Just maybe by now 4 or 5 months old, I think. So she has got her hands full. And she was talking about taking those girls out for dinner tonight. She's a braver person than I am. I wouldn't try that. Those 3 little girls. I love them. But they take a lot of energy to keep up with, that's for sure. Especially the 2-year-old. So I'm sitting here in peace and quiet, enjoying my dinner in solitude, and my wife is just surrounded. There's 7 girls, if you count the dogs, in the house tonight, and those puppies and the little girls just running and yelling and making noise. I bet my wife's having the time of her life, to be honest with you. She was looking forward to it. You know, this is really nice, but the chair I'm going to pick out needs to recline back a little bit. That hot chocolate right here, that would be so much more comfortable. But I'm still enjoying this. I'm not going to complain. I just know that it could be taken to the next level. Mm. Ooh, that's still hot. Whew. You know, I just realized there is one advantage to this time of year with the leaves on the trees. It's a lot easier to spot those widowmakers. I didn't even think about it when I set up camp. I got lucky. Looks pretty clear around here. Well, always slip up on the basics. I really hope the mic can pick this up, but I doubt it is. But farther down in the valley, the frogs are singing their beautiful song. There's a lot of them too. It's really pretty. And then I've got the roaring noise of the waterfall in the distance behind the camera, which is kind of a white noise over here. So this ought to be a beautiful night's sleep. It's going to be cold, which is when I sleep best. Got the white noise of the waterfall, and then the frogs serenading me. Who could ask for more? I'm really looking forward to a good night's sleep. Oh, did I mention I brought 2 hot chocolates tonight? I'm really glad I did. It's been years since I had a hot chocolate, and I'm really sorry I neglected it. I forgot how good they were. Alright, so I just saw the neatest thing. It's about 7:45, and a father went by with his dog on a leash, which is nice. I wish everybody did that. And his son behind him, who I'm going to guess was around 5. I really doubt he was much older than 5, if he was at all. And I mean, it's getting dark, and so they're going to run out of time to find a campsite. I really hope that they do have good luck finding one. I know the next available one, there's just not much flat ground around here. And the next available one is about a half mile farther down the trail, and there's somebody there already, but it's a huge site. Hopefully they don't mind sharing it, because I think the neatest thing is for parents to bring their children out backpacking. It's just great. I mean, we did car camping when I was a boy, and I really had, excuse me, never heard of backpacking, I guess, until I was a young teenager. Is probably when I first became aware of it. And once I got my driver's license, I was all in at that point, which was a long time ago. 77, I think it would have been. Yeah, 77. And that's when I started backpacking. And fortunately, I had some friends that were interested in it too, so we just all kind of figured it out together. It was a great time. But I love seeing children out on the trail. It's great to see. Most of the time, it's middle-aged people and older, and I want to see a lot more younger people out here on the trail. It's just something I think that needs to just continue. It's such a great experience, and it's so easy for people nowadays to lose touch with the natural world. So I just had to tell you about it because it kind of touches my heart, so to speak. It's a great thing. Well, this is kind of a bummer. When I first got to camp, I texted my wife and let her know where I was camping, and got through, and I was just about to text her now to tell her goodnight, and I can't get a text out. I've got no signal at all, so it's kind of strange. Down here with all the leaves out, there's really no catching the sunset, but it looks like we're going to have a beautiful moon. I don't know what phase of the moon we're in, but it looks like we're fairly close to a full moon. I'm going to try and get a shot of it for you through the trees. Probably in 3 or 4 hours from now, it'll be more directly overhead, and there are fewer leaves there. Let's see how it turns out. Wow, that's bright. So I thought I'd try something new and try the flashlight feature on my phone to illuminate me in the dark. Well, I never realized that thing was so bright. I've never looked at it before. So it's time to go to bed. It's probably around 9:30, something like that. And I'm sure I'll wake up once or twice in the middle of the night to answer the call of nature and try and capture the moon during the night. If for some reason I get lucky and that doesn't happen, see you in the morning. Good night. Wow. Good morning. Nothing like putting on cold, wet socks and cold, wet shoes to wake you up in the morning. Oh, it's a beautiful morning. It's been a great trip. Birds woke me up this morning. It was bright enough, just bright enough to keep me from going back to sleep. I don't even know what time it is yet. I love it out here. I don't even have to worry about that. I thought I'd do something I haven't done in a long time. Just bring a large coffee mug and use it for everything. So I had the hot chocolate in it last night, coffee this morning. Then I have oatmeal for breakfast in this, and then maybe another coffee just to rinse the oatmeal out. Just give it a rinse and dry it off and take it home. It's kind of fun that way. My tent seems so much larger than that little dry spot right there. All right, let's hit the trail. We're currently at Missouri's high point, almost back to the car. There's quite a bit of elevation gain today. I'd say as much as 300, maybe 400 feet. It's really a glorious hike though. It's been a wonderful camp out. I took it nice and easy, relaxed, and just really enjoyed being out in the woods. And now I'm recharged, ready for another week of civilization. I'm excited to get back home though and talk to my wife and see how the girls' night went with the granddaughters. I bet she had a great time. Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next week. Bye-bye.